Nisus was the guard of the gate, most fierce in arms, and nearby Euryalus, his companion, and no other of the followers of Aeneas was more handsome than he, nor put on Trojan arms. They shared in mutual affection, and they used to rush into wars side by side. The rest of the creatures throughout the land were easing all their troubles in sleep, their hearts forgetting their labours.
The first leaders of the Trojans, a picked group of young warriors, were holding a council about important matters of state, what they were to do or who would now be a messenger for Aeneas.
What shall we do?
Who shall be the messenger for Aeneas?
They stood leaning on their long spears and holding shields in the middle of the camp and the open space.
Then Nisus, and together with him Euryalus, eagerly begged to be admitted immediately. They said that it was important business, and that it would be worth their while.
It's important business, it would be worth your while. Yeah.
Euryalus first welcomed them in their excitement, and he directed Nisus to speak.
Yes! Go!
Then the son of Euryalus spoke in this way.
Listen with open minds, O sons of Aeneas, and do not let these suggestions we bring be judged by our age. The Rutulians have fallen silent, relaxed by sleep and wine. We ourselves have noticed a place to surprise attack, which lies open at a fork in the road from the gate, which is nearest to the sea. I believe fires have been broken, and the black smoke is rising to the stars. If you allow us to make use of fortune, to go and look for Aeneas and the city walls of Palantium, soon you will see that we will be heroes of spoil, after huge slaughters being completed. Sharda, and the path will not lead us astray as we travel. We have seen the outskirts of the city from down in the dark valley, and we've got to know the whole river from hunting.
And handsome Euryalus also, displaying the spirit beyond his years. And the responsibility of a man was issuing many instructions to be carried to his father.
Here are many instructions to be carried to my father.
But the breezes scattered them all and gave them as useless gifts to the clouds.
Oh no! They've been given as gifts to the clouds!
They went out and climbed over the ditches and made for the enemy camp under the cover of night. Yet first they were destined to kill many.
Everywhere they saw, bodies sprawled in drunken sleep over the grass. Chariots tipped up on the shore, men between the reins and the wheels, both arms and wine cups lying there. First, the son of Hytricus spoke thus from his lips.
Euryalus, yeah man!
We must be daring with our right hands. Now the occasion itself calls. The path is by this route. You, so that no band can mount attack on us from the rear.
Me.
Yeah, be on guard and look out all around. I will devastate this area and lead you on this broad path. So he spoke and checked his voice, and at the same time, with the sword, he attacked proud Rhamnes, who, by chance, propped up on deep coverlets, was snoring deeply as he slept. Die!
Ah!
I killed him!
Returius, what is your profession?
Warlike Vulcans was in a rage, and neither did he notice anywhere the person who had thrown the weapon.
Fight for this weapon!
Nor in his fury was he able to launch himself at anyone.
I can't launch myself at anyone! However, you in the meantime will pay the penalty to me for both with your warm blood! Unsheathe my sword.
He said, at the same time, he unsheathed his sword and was rushing at Euryalus. Then, indeed terrified, out of his mind, Nisus shouted out, nor could he hide himself in the shadows any longer, or endure such great grief. It's I! Here! It's him! Did it! Direct your weapons at me, O Rutulians! It is all my fault. He did nothing.
Yeah.
Neither did
What
his
she
dad.
said.
Nor was he able. I call to witness this heaven and the stars who know the truth. He only loved his unlucky
Hold
friend
up.
too much.
No,
He was saying such words, but the sword, driven home with strength, was piercing his ribs and splitting open the white chest. Euryalus rolled in death, and the blood flowed over his beautiful limbs, and his neck sinking fell down onto his shoulder. Like a crimson flower when snapped by the plough, droops as it is dying, or poppies have been known to hang down their heads on a weary neck when by chance they are weighed down by rain.
Nisus rushed into the midst, and among them all, he made for Vulcan. He made for Vulcan's alone. The enemy closed in around him, and in close combat tried to repel him at either side. He pressed onwards from the left. With your deadly sword! To bury your sword in the face of the shouting Euryalus! And as he died, he took the life from his enemy. Then, run through, he threw himself down on top of his lifeless friend. And at last, rested there in peace.
Meanwhile, Rumour flew with the news on her swift wings through the whole of the terrified city of Trojans and came gliding into the ears of the mother of Euryalus. In that instant, the warmth left her very bones. The shuttle was dashed from her fingers, and its thread unwound. Crazed with grief, she rushed out, wailing as women do, and tearing her hair. She made for the front ranks of the army on the walls, with no thought for the presence of men, with no thought of the danger of flying weapons. She stood on the ramparts, filled heaven with her cries of mourning.
Is this you I'm looking at, Euryalus? How could you leave me alone so cruelly? You who are the last comfort of my old age. Could not your poor mother have been allowed a last few words with you before you went on that dangerous expedition? So now you lie in a strange land, and your body is food for the dogs and the birds of Latium. Love it. I am your mother, and did not walk before you at your funeral, nor close your eyes, nor wash your wounds, nor cover you with the robe I have been weaving for you day and night, with what speed I could finding in my loom some solace for the cares of age. Where am I going to look for you, my son? What piece of earth holds your mutilated body and dismembered limbs? Is this head all you bring back to me? Is that what I have followed over land and sea? Strike me, you Rutilians, if you have human feeling. Throw all your spears at me. Let me be the first to die. Or will you take pity on me, great father of the gods, and blast my detested body into Tartarus with your lightning, since I can find no other way to end this bitter life?
Sorrow like this was too much for the Trojans to bear. The sound of mourning was heard all through the army. Their strength was broken. They were losing their appetite for battle, and her presence was fanning the flames of their grief. At a word from Euryalus and the bitterly weeping Euryalus, Idaeus and Actor came and took her between them
Back in the house.
Then run through, he threw himself down on top of his lifeless friend, and at last rested there in peaceful death.